Moriora in the headlines, the New Zealand Council for Civil Liberties says there needs to be careful monitoring of the search and surveillance bill which passed in Parliament last night. Executive Committee member Thomas Beagle says the concern is that more people will have the ability to invade our personal privacy.
Severely extending the powers that are available to the police for both search and surveillance, both with a warrant and without a warrant. And secondly, it's also changing the powers that are available to a number of other regulatory bodies and offices and so on, such as animal control and city councils.
The Office of the Privacy Commissioner and ACC Board has commissioned an independent inquiry into the recent privacy incident at ACC. KPMG and privacy expert Malcolm Crompton, former Australian Federal Privacy Commissioner, has been appointed to conduct the inquiry. The inquiry will look into the circumstances surrounding this particular incident and also at whether systematic or organisational weaknesses existed in the way personal information is handled by ACC. A final report is expected to be completed within 3 months. It looks like the cameraman responsible for the teapot tape will avoid prosecution. An announcement is expected next week, and it's understood the police have decided it won't be in the public's interest to press charges. A High Court judge didn't make a determination whether the conversation between John Key and John Banks was private or public, and the police have been investigating ever since. After legal advice, it looks as though they'll shelve it. And in international news, investigators in the French city of Toulouse are learning more about the man who killed 7 people in the past week. Mohamed Merah was shot dead by police following a 32-hour siege. A profile of the 23-year-old man shows he was willing to shoot children in the head and shoot it out with police and die. London detectives believe they've smashed a child trafficking gang preying on runaways as young as 11 for Britain's sex trade. And the Los Angeles coroner has determined Whitney Houston died of a drowning and had cocaine in her system at the time of death. The coroner says there was also marijuana and Xanax in her system when she died, but they did not contribute to her death. And a meeting between Ports of Auckland and Maritime Union collapsed today. The union said wharfies still aren't able to return to work despite the fact there's no strike currently on, and the port's lockout notice is yet to come into force. Mediation is set down again for Monday. And the government has named the representatives it's sending to the funeral of Tongan King George Tupou V, held next Tuesday. Governor-General Sir Jerry Mateparai, Deputy Prime Minister Bill English and Ministers Murray McCully, Hekia Parata and Peter Sharples will attend. Flags on New Zealand government's buildings will be flown at half-mast on the day of the funeral. That's it from the Rema Newsroom. Remember, you can catch our hourly headlines on Shine TV from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. from Monday to Friday, the hora mai.